Assalamualaikum and hi. This system is school financial management system that being used to help the user record their transaction happens and upload a budget. Then the admin can decide whether they want to approve or not the budget that has been uploaded by the user. For me, I think this website just not will be used for the school, but can be apply for a company who has many divisions, so that each division will have their own account that they can upload their budget on their project and record all of the transaction that happen. For this system, actually there has multiple user, and we ensure that only authorized person for each category can update all the transaction happen. Other category of financial cannot update any transaction of other financial category. So as an example here is when I click the user for the sponsorship category. So when I enter the sponsorship user, I will only can update the transaction that related to the sponsorship only. So when I click the login button, it will appear the menu for the sponsorship fund. So as I mentioned just now, when I enter the sponsorship for user, I will only can update the transaction that related to the sponsorship only. So first, if there has any sponsor that had been received, the user can update the transaction received with the proof of the transaction that has been made. So here I also include with the sponsor name and also with the program name here. And then when I click the submit button, it will show the details of the fund of the sponsorship. And I also can view the documents of proof for the fund sponsorship here. Then for the expenditure, if there has any transaction use of money from the sponsorship fund, they need to enter the expenditure happen and also with the proof of the expenditure. So here I need to include with the person in charge name and also the program name. And then when I click the submit button, it will shows the expense for the sponsorship. Okay, so for budget, the user can enter their budget on each program, and they also need to enter the amount of the expenditure for the budget. Here we need to choose the PDF for the budget and also amount of the budget. So when I click the submit button, it will show the details of the budget that has been submitted here. The user also can look whether their budget has been approved or not by the principals. So here, as we can see here, the principal, which is the admin, has not making any decision yet. And then next, the user also can view a report that's stating all of the expenditure of fund transaction that has been made. So this is the sponsorship fund report, and also for the expenditure, this is the sponsorship expense for the expenditure. Alright. So when I click the logout button, it will return back to the main menu, and then I choose for the PIBG user. Okay. So for the PIBG, it is actually the same with the other user, which is, as I mentioned just now, when I enter the user for PIBG, I will only can update the transaction that related to the PIBG only. So it is just the same as the other category financial. Alright, so for the admin is the principal for that, which is who can view all of the budget that been submitted by the user. Okay, first, when I click the login button, it will turn to the main menu of the admin. Okay, so here, the principal can make a decision whether they want to approve or reject the budget that has been submitted by the user just now. So when I click the approve button, it will shows the decision, which is that the principal had already approved the budget. So as we shows on the navigation bars here, the admin also can view all of the transactions happen by each category of fund and expenditure. But need to be taking notes here is that the admin cannot update or create the transaction, but only can view the transaction of each financial category. The performance on the expenditure can be looked here by clicking on the charts and performance. The admin can track the actual expenditure that happened and look on the details of the budget expenditure in the charts. The admin also can access the report of fund and expenditure transaction that happened by each category here. Then, to ensure that the accounts are secure, only admin can manage the user account. A user cannot sign up or change their details by themselves. It is to ensure that there are only limited person in charge can access the account by using the given username. So I think that's all from us. So thank you and have a nice day, everyone.